How's it going? How's everyone today? Doing good?
Good.
Alright, so we are going to start the new watering poll. Thank you everyone for joining us today. As for those who are new, this is a casual discussion. We do have two presenters, so please be respectful to the presentation. And whoever has questions will come from, it will be answered from the speaker directly, and I am the moderator. So every meeting, every watering poll, we start with, who are you? What your name? What do you do? And you're going to answer a question. This time, the question is, if the dean could grant you a wish, what would you ask for to make it happen?
Which dean?
This school's dean. So this school dean.
You know what a dean is, Thomas?
In your case, Tomas, in an organization where there's a leader, yes. So if the dean of your university, of your school, in your case, it could be a leader of an organization, could grant you a wish, what would you ask for? So we're going to start with.
That's a very dangerous question.
Exactly.
I think you need to provide more parameters.
Well, I want people to think about leadership, like how they see leadership. What are some things that you would want to change, and what's preventing you?
That provides
Yes.
parameters, right?
Yes.
Because otherwise, I'm going to say I need more money.
Well, if that's what you need, that's what it is.
Is that dangerous?
But you could
Well,
use.
no, but that doesn't give him any data that he might need.
So if it's money, what do you use the money for?
Can you open that?
Yes. Hey.
Let me into a program.
So yes, we're gonna start on this left side, Roger. Name, profession, brief.
Okay,
Who
so
you
my
are.
name's Roger Molina. Molina is an anagram of the word animal. I was bullied as a kid.
Oh, it is.
I was bullied as a kid as, watch out, here comes Roger the animal, get out of the way.
Oh, that's Roger.
And that's Roger.
I was initially in physics and astrophysics. I worked for NASA, the French Space Agency, with the Chinese Space Agency, the Japanese Space Agency. But then I became the editor of an art magazine called Leonardo that Vic has in front of him, where we document the work of artists involved in science and technology, scientists involved in art and technology, technologists involved in art and science. So today the fashionable word is hybrid professionals. So Misal is here. He has
didn't answer the other question.
He has an MS in finance, and he's in
Responding for him. You
Right.
had questions.
question funding for him.
No. I'm just
Okay,
saying that
so
you were asking.
Just give your own brief.
If I had a wish for the dean, it would be to create a building with art studios and offices for the students. The complaint I get all the time, this is an art school, but there are no studios for the students to practice their work in, except at home. And so there's a lot of people complaining about that. The other thing, when I was a student at UC Berkeley, I had my own office on campus, a Carroll. Here, if you want to come on campus to work, you have to work in the hallway. You go to some horrible place to sit. So
I
yeah.
offer my graduate students a key to my office.
Yeah, but that's
Right.
because
Let's
the
keep
university
going
is stupid.
To the next
Thank you.
person, thank you. Briefly, please.
Okay. I'm Aiden Acuna. I don't have the same dean as y'all, but if he was listening to me, I would, hope that he would wish my grant a recommendation for internships eventually.
What school
Where
are
are
you
you
in?
from?
EPS, so,
EPS.
on campus, but
Okay,
So what is
EPS,
your major?
EPS is
political
what?
science. It's economic, policy, and political science, I want to say. So,
Yeah, I think that's right.
Public.
Yeah, I don't know.
Vic?
Vic Simon. I'm an ATech MFA alum. Happy to be here. My answer to Dean Romer.
First you have to talk about.
Roger
So-
cannot direct.
So
We have one.
my basically life experience was as a professional aviator for basically 40 years, both in the United States military and in the airlines. But I've had a lifelong love affair with learning I have 4 degrees. I don't have a PhD. And
Yeah.
kudos, never. Not gonna happen. I have deep, deep love and respect for the docs in the room and future docs that are here. But Dean Romer, I'm gonna pass. I more money.
As an alum, as someone who's coming back, what would you
Yeah.
want him to do?
I would say that I would like to see more cross-disciplinary initiatives across the entire university. And I think that the old ATEC, the new AHT, and labs are, and even Dean Romer are doing that. So kudos, keep up the good work.
Sweet. Next.
My name is Brandon Wagner. I work here on campus. I'm a neuroscience student, and so I work with BBS school. And I guess if I had to speak to the dean, it would be about
Which dean?
This
This
dean.
dean or the other
It
dean?
has to be these Steve.
This team is me.
oh, this dean, Romer. Okay. Come talk to us. We're in behavioral sciences, so we have something to say about.
Ginny went me to come back. That's what I would say.
There you go. Yeah.
Get
Come talk to
advice
us.
from the Center for Brain and Behavioral Science.
Good answer.
Right. Yeah. Just come chat. We're open to talking to everybody.
Sweet.
I'm Dr. Heidi Ray Cooley. I am now, oh my God, listen, I practice this because it's hysterical. I am the program head for the BA, MA, PhD in Arts, Technology, Emerging Communication, and the concentration in Critical Media Studies. And I have many degrees, but my PhD is from University of Southern California in the School of Cinematic Arts. I'm a media theorist, specializing mostly in media theory. And what I keep asking the dean is let me hire people. And specifically, I've been asking, and I've actually not asked to hire tenure track yet. I've asked to hire visiting assistant professors in 2 areas. The first in eco-media or environmental studies, those who do both theory or study and practice, and code. Someone who can do code. And so that's what I asked the dean. And he said, I've submitted my materials. When we speak every other week, I reintroduce it. So just that you know what I've been asking for, because you're on the ATEC Futures. This is trying to bridge 2 problems at the same time.
Okay, I'm going to break the rule one more time. But in the movement that we're part of, about 30 years ago, people started advocating that people using digital media should know how to program, not just how to use the software, how to modify it, how to add modules, and we failed to convince the university world that all people who use digital media should know how to code it, how to modify it. And now we're living with AI that nobody knows.
It's the same thing, and I actually do believe that there should be some familiarity with like recognizing what code looks like, whether it's Python.
Yeah.
I started with, was it Objective-C and C++,
Yeah.
and then Python. Is that the order? Did I go in the right order?
Well,
Does that seem reasonable?
No, but it's the way of thinking that's key. How
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think.
and that's why you were saying what Paul Fishwick
Yeah.
was doing was really interesting, is like, how do you think like a programmer, right? And so,
And he called that modeling.
Yes, he called it modeling.
All right,
But,
thank you.
I just asked for someone who could, like, someone who could fill the gaps that we have. That we
Let's-
have no one.
Let's continue because today we have only 1 hour for these talks, and then we're gonna go to
Sorry, no, so
the
that
open
was, yeah.
studio at 5 p.m. Please.
Matthew C.
Matthew C. You've changed names since I was.
No, my background's in philosophy of mind and evolutionary psychology. I was associated with the applied cognition and neuroscience programs. It's nice to see another brain and behavioral science person in here. And
You've written an amazing book.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of writing a book on the influence that culture has in shaping the brain and vice versa. It's kind of a bi-directional relationship. But anyways,
And the question,
in the question, I don't really know the dean over at BBS, to be honest, but I'm a reject from HI.
No, he applied here and got rejected.
Yes, but Roger and I crossed paths regardless, and a few years ago, and did a great project that I hope to share later this semester with all of you.
Sweet.
cool, Ms. L, thank you.
The
Okay,
drone
so-
project. He did a drone project.
Ms. L,
Okay, so hello, I'm Misal. I'm currently pursuing my master's in finance at the business school, and I have a background in physics as well. Right now, I'm a financial coordinator for the ArtSciLab. I manage the budget of the lab. That's my main job.
You failed
And
last
every-
summer.
I did. You hired me later. And the one thing I would ask this dean is to grant all of your wishes first. And
you only have one.
Huh?
You only have one.
Yeah, grant all the wishes. One wish. But no, more logically, I would say that because we are finding PhD students that are not getting some amount of funding that they require to visit to conferences and things like that to the school, I think the funding should not be a concern. That's one thing I would like to say to the dean.
Sweet, thank you.
Hello, I'm Jason Lehman. I'm a software engineer student here, mainly here to support my friend. I guess if I had one thing, I'm not really associated with this school, but if I had to ask the dean, it sounds like community is something that a lot of people are focusing on, so more budget for community projects and things to
Sweet.
have students come together and teachers.
Perfect, thank you.
Hello, good evening, everybody. This is Harshita. I'm really new to this lab, who started to volunteer very recently out of my interest. I'm currently pursuing my master's from JSOM, majoring in information technology with management. So, can you just repeat the question?
Yeah, so if the dean could grant your wish, what would you ask for? These dean.
Oh, the dean of
Dean of EHT.
No, this one, good, but yeah.
Same thing.
I don't know.
Anybody.
It's fine. You
I would like to ask him to hire people and create one studio to work as a workplace.
Good.
Yeah, that's the
Sweet.
thing. Thank you.
Mr. Evan?
Howdy, howdy. My name's Evan Acuña. I'm the lab manager here. If I had to ask the dean a quick question, I'd say bulldoze this building. Build a new building, a taller building.
It looks like a hospital. It looks
Bigger
like a prison.
bigger building. New building 3.0. We need the boot barn back, the art barn, all back.
GSOM has two buildings. It
Yeah.
doesn't solve problems.
No, but we need to go up.
Well, you can go up.
Higher. I need the 6th floor.
That can happen.
Let's go.
Mr. Seth?
Me? Well, hello everyone. I am the cameraman. I'm currently recording everybody. But if I would ask the dean for something, I'd ask for more film classes because I'm interested in that stuff.
What do you mean by film classes?
Like
Filmmaking
actually
or
film.
Film study.
Filmmaking, because we do have film study here. We have a few classes I've already
A
participated.
few.
I wish there was more, and I want to go out there and actually use this camera and go actually get shots,
Yes, we're working on that.
storytelling, more of that stuff.
We are in conversation already about doing that.
Thank you. I would
What
love
year
to.
are you?
I'm a sophomore undergrad.
Okay, so we might get there.
Thank you.
Cool.
Let's go.
Oh, you're
That's
graduating.
what we're talking about.
You ain't never seen the classes.
Hi guys, I'm Nikhil. I'm pursuing my master's in marketing from JSOM, and I'm the marketing manager at the ArtSciLab. Joined a month back, and if there's one thing I could ask the dean would definitely be to allocate some funds towards the marketing strategies also, especially after seeing the reports what I showed today in the morning. I feel that it's marketing always is underestimated at times, but a good strategy. Yes, please.
I would ask if you could also speak marketing as outreach. If there's, to build into your language, the language of outreach.
Yeah. So that would be my sole wish actually, because I want to
Because he won't listen to me yet.
Yeah, so allocating more funds would automatically result to a better outreach, as you rightly said. Yeah.
Sweet, thank you. Clemens?
Hi, my name is Clement. I'm an ATech major, and if I were to speak to the dean to change one thing, I know I'm my opinion's kind of out there, and but I think that ATech as a program has to have more technical classes and less classes where you just read a chapter of pages and discuss it.
Boo.
What?
Boo, Clement. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right,
You are left.
One more. We have two more. So here is Tomas. Well, so
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, I
we
can't
can
hear
see.
anything.
So Tomas, he is joining us from Colombia. He's right now on audio. And
Yeah, which
so
Colombia?
please introduce yourself, your name.
Which Columbia?
Colombia
Washington,
only.
D.C.?
South American Colombia.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Colombia.
Yeah, Thomas Luto.
So his name is Tomas Londoño.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. And I am an architect and a project manager. I study project management. And to answer the question, I will ask the dean of my undergraduate career to broaden the experience and to study to facilitate the studies in other universities, in other countries, and also to innovate in the installations and the curriculum of architecture.
Everyone heard that?
Yes.
No. Turn up the
Thank
volume.
you.
It's full.
Can we use your device?
It takes a little bit of time, but yeah. So in my case, Alejandro Garcia, my background is in computer science and finance, and I work at a couple of projects here in the lab. What I would ask the dean is to let the students post their artwork around the building, just have like almost like a messy but not so messy place, and maybe transform it into a makerspace kind of culture, where people are building, where people can be on the highways, building
Who would
things.
manage that?
Who would manage that?
Who would
Themselves.
manage
You can hire him.
Themselves. They're working on their own stuff, and
But they would have to have someone who helps facilitate that.
well,
It's a dream.
I mean, you can have student organizations, have the makerspace. We are
But student organizations require faculty support.
well, the makerspace is working, so we got to learn something from them because we are building. We have rocket club, drone club, plane club, and so yeah, that'll be it.
Can we
So
let off
today,
rockets in the room?
sorry.
So
So today,
rockets in the center courtyard. It's all right. It's big grass.
we do have rockets in the room. Yesterday we had a 12-foot one, 12-foot rockets. So we're gonna have 2 talks today, 3 talks, and we're gonna end at 5 p.m. to go to the open art studio. It's gonna be a little bit of a walk, but yeah. Today we're gonna start with Aidan Cunha. He is gonna present on the release.
It's a long title, but I want it to be encompassing and definitely have the word realistic in there because as I go on with it, realism is definitely an issue whenever it comes to the thought process of AI usage in political campaigns. What I wanted to start off by saying is that this is made with, I guess, the political science student brain really working, because I understand, or at least I try to understand, how people will react to certain things, and I know that the informal nature of our talks here are often dominated by the crocodiles of the watering hole, which have been, speaking a lot and intervening. But I'm going to try to get through
What's the crocodile?
it's the animal that you know, attacks and ambushes at a watering hole whenever other people are trying to get water.
Okay,
So
Roger,
I'm
the
trying.
watering hole metaphor
I'm a
doesn't
crocodile.
always.
You are a crocodile.
Well,
I'm the
as of
crocodile.
right now, crocodile could be applied to many people. I mean, interjections are coming from you, which thus comes as a, you know, a crocodile nature, right? So I made that with, you know, that in the design. So at the end, I'll have a game specifically for all of y'all who love interjecting and giving opinions, because, you know, this is what it's about, the watering hole. All must survive and drink water and thrive. So I'm going to try to get through this quickly because I know that time is definitely an issue. So let's see, we'll do it. Okay. So what does realistic mean? Whenever I was doing some research for this, you come across a lot of sources that kind of give these really dystopian ideas of like what AI can do, not really what it does do. It's kind of like a prediction. I was really kind of shocked by the MIT Technology Review. I think that was a source. It's a publication by MIT, you know, the smart people who work on technology and such, where they have like a list of 6 things that AI, like, these are like the benchmarks of like their usage in politics, and it's like, you know, saying that AI will create policy or vote on it or even become like a leader. And that's kind of fanciful as of right now, and I think that's really adding to some fears and worry to people in our world who might fear that, like, you know, things are worse than they are. But I am here to assure you we're not in an AI-ruled dystopian state where humans have no rule or power. That's just not the case. So, like I said, there is a really important aspect of realism. I don't want to just like come here and give you information that's just like predictions or I think it could be like this. I wanted to prove what it could do, and to do that, I went about it as, you know, how I would do it. Because I'm trying to be a politician, that's kind of the goal in life, so I'm like, well, how can I use this as a helpful tool? So what can it do? As we've seen from a previous speaker, AI is really good at copywriting, you know, like writing the things that people, you know, it's kind of boring, no one really goes into copy, like no one really wants to copyright. So we can have AI do this, right? So that's something that AI excels at, and I was having that in mind, and I thought that would be the best usage for it for making campaign ads. It can make graphics, and we actually have seen cases where really big, you know, organizations such as the Republican Party have used AI in advertisements for campaigns. The GOP released an ad that was a video all comprised of graphics made by AI, and it was kind of ironic because it was about like what would happen if Biden got reelected during 2024 election. It had like this very like dystopian state. It had like San Francisco being patrolled by like soldiers because there's like a fentanyl epidemic or something, right? So, you know, that's one usage, and it was kind of ridiculous. And, you know, obviously I think most of y'all would recognize that that's not real because we don't know what it would be like, and we don't even know if Biden will be reelected. So, you know, kind of a strange usage. But CNN had a story, and it said that some people weren't able to tell if it was real or not. So I thought, why not just do some research on y'all? So that's what we're going to do later. And I wanted to also see, is there a bias or is it just incompetence within AI? So in our next game, it'll have
AI incompetence.
So it'll have like kind of like, you know, a way to see what does AI excel, what doesn't it do good at, and really to see like, does it do better for one party or one ideology? Does it do worse in certain areas? So that's what we're going to see in our game.
How they think real looks.
We don't know. That's why we're going to have to do this little game to see. So we have a game with 4 rounds with 3 graphics, which are campaign ads, and we'll see what y'all think. And I'm going to have someone, I guess, try to keep that. Maybe someone could like scribe, like, you know,
So
results.
the game is designed by the AI?
No, it's designed by me. I made this game for y'all, and there's 4 rounds with 3 graphics. One graphic is made by the original campaign team, so like the people who originally made it, right? One is made completely by the instruction of AI, so I would just ask like a person. And obviously they won't make the graphic itself, but it'll definitely give you instructions on what to do, like, you know, what size, what should go where, that sort of thing. And the last one, or not really the last one, but like the last, you know, I guess criteria, or I guess like the other. Okay, so I don't know how to put that. But another one is I made the graphic, but AI makes the writing that goes onto the graphic. So
may I ask you a question about the AI? So which you're using only ChatGPT?
For the first 3 rounds, yes, and I would also use other, softwares to create graphics in some cases. So, I don't want to get too stuck on like the technical aspect, but I do want to clarify
Well, you have
that.
to cite them.
No, I know. At the end, I give links and I actually show like what I wrote and stuff. So to add on to that, I'm not a professional in this sort of thing. I'm more into politics and campaigns and that sort of thing. But I know y'all are very well versed in AI, and this is your sort of thing. I mean, we've had lots of discussions in Watering Hole meetings where y'all are able to really get into it. But y'all really did inspire me into making this this idea, I guess, of like, well, what could be done. So the first round, and before we start, do y'all know who the mayor of Richardson is? He's our mayor.
We live in the city of Richardson.
I do not.
I live in that.
Well, you might not live here, but we work here, and a lot of
Great question.
a lot of people. And don't look it up, anyone. Don't look it up. Don't
Make
look
it
up.
up. Make it
Don't
up.
look it up.
Run the AI.
Okay, so
Right,
it's
yeah, I mean, I think this is more interesting for you.
our good friend who is the mayor is Bob Dubé. He was actually here on campus 10 days ago on National Voter Registration Day.
Cool.
He was in atrium. You probably walked by him. We just don't know. So this definitely adds some, I guess, level of, would I know if it's real or not?
Lack of marketing.
This is called, cultural anthropology for you.
Okay, so this is round 1.
Which is important.
People
Yeah.
knows our Indian
So
culture.
this is round 1, which is the Mayor of Richardson. I'm not doing like really big campaign ads, but I'm using like kind of like what you'd see most from a mayoral election. You see like signs in front of libraries or voting centers, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't even know there was an election today. So, I wanted to see which one do you think is one made completely by AI, which I mean like given instructions by AI. Which one was made by the original campaign team, and which one was made by me but written, like the words on it by AI. So let's see. We'll just go through them. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. And here's the third one. Okay, so I'll go through it again.
Interesting.
I'll go through it again. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. So, which one do you think was the real one? One, raise your hand if you think there's one that was the real one.
Like human made?
Yeah, by the original campaign team, made by Bob Dubé and his team. One person thinks it's real. Can someone write it down, or give me paper, I guess, to write it down? Yeah.
So like, do you have to comment on each poster or the all at once?
You can have.
It'll just be a vote, and at the end, I'll reveal which one is the real, which one's fake.
You can use this one.
So, a second. One person thought that one was real. How many of y'all think 2 was the real one? Raise your hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Okay. Which one do you think was 3? How many of y'all think 3 was real? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, okay. Okay, cool. Now, I'll give the answers at the end. Round 2 is Texas legislature, Democrats. So, how many of y'all know who your representatives are in state or Texas legislature?
I'm an international student.
That's fair.
Me too.
Can imagine not all of you even know how the Texas legislature functions, where the 2 houses, all that sort of thing. So this is a good one again. This is also like pushing the idea that I figured not a lot of us really care about elections, quite frankly.
Ignorance is bliss.
Exactly. So here is the first one. What do you think? Here's the first one. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. So let's go through it again. You may or may not know, but in the legislature there are usually multiple representatives for a certain county. There's multiple districts.
This is false. This is a beautiful false.
When you say
Actually.
real. So I think,
the characters, bringing the color and everything.
language. right? And
Yeah.
especially if you're into politics, language is
course.
huge.
It is.
And I think what you're talking about is the actual image or the actual
Of course,
representation and not the real one.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of a mistake on my part. I was trying to use the word original more often because original is more, I guess, better describing it because it's from the original campaign team. You know.
Just an observation, and we also teach documentary.
Of course.
Practice.
So, okay, so I have a very important comment. The AI doesn't know that the flag of Texas needs to be above the United States flag.
Many people don't know this. So, okay, here's the first one again. I put the number in the corner just in case, I don't know, if you aren't paying attention. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. Okay, so which one do you think was real? I mean, not real. Which one was original? Raise your hand if you think it was one. Okay, 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How many of y'all think the second one was one that was original? 1, 2. How many of y'all think that the third one was the one that was the original?
If there is one answer only,
Yeah.
then sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Did everyone vote?
I don't think counts are added.
Abstain.
I abstain.
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's recognized by you, and we'll recognize it. Why not? So, round 3, Texas legislature, and I will add that I want to say that one of them on here is not, I guess, like Texas legislature reminded because it's actually kind of rare for Texas legislature candidates to really make ads because. In a lot of cases, it's usually a guarantee that the Republican Party will win, so not a lot of money is really put into campaign ads. So, here is one.
God, family, and country.
Why are you laughing?
Here's 2.
Serious.
Here's 3.
They're all stupid.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay, let's go through it again. Here's 1. Here's 2. Okay, when you go back.
I don't. There's no district on it. I'm curious.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Okay,
Oh,
so
the AI didn't know.
here's 2. Here's 3. So let's do this again. So round 3. How many of y'all think that one was the real, not real, original ad? Human-made ad. One person. So how many of y'all think that 2 was the original made ad? Okay, we're not looking too confident here. How many of y'all think 3 was the original ad? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We are going to be so wrong.
Yeah.
Mine's reading.
Well, no AI would have so many words on an ad.
No, AI
Only humans would be that stupid.
Okay, so for round 4, I was wondering, and this was a part of like the earlier part that I added, is there a bias? Is there, or is incompetence? You know, what ideologies seem to work better for AI? So I decided the best way to go about it and to see if extremist views would be accepted or, you know, proliferated by usage of AI, I decided instead of using a historical example, I would use myself as an example, dictator.
I vote for you.
Exactly. So I put myself as a fake dictator who runs on the idea of Tejano separatism, which we talked about in this room. Right? So
This has been recorded.
Everybody know? No, explain again what Tejanos is.
So Tejanos are the original group of Hispanic settlers who came to Texas before the Anglos, and we, well, honestly, we're not doing so great. We haven't been doing great for a long time. Tejano separatism I used specifically because it hasn't been a relevant topic in over 100 years, which the original and kind of only time we ever really considered
Can you use your
separatism.
line?
What?
The border line?
We didn't cross the border, the border.
Oh yeah. We didn't cross the border crossed us. That's like the kind of classic thing we say. But it hasn't been like a relevant topic. The only time it was ever really relevant was the Plan de San Diego, which was a very controversial idea in the early 20th century, which was a reaction to the violence around southern Texas, where Anglos, specifically Texas Rangers and U.S. Army, would frequently lynch Tejano people and Mexicans and seize their land. So knowing that this was an episode, but a very unknown episode, I mean, honestly, really can't find much about this stuff. And I only know because I research it all the time, and it's definitely a subject. If you don't know anything, that's normal. If you know anything, you're basically an expert. So taking that into consideration, and we talked about this before, y'all more familiar with AI have noted that things that are very niche and you really need like an expert knowledge on, AI really isn't that great at it. So I knew this would be a good topic because I didn't want to do something that was frequently used because, well, you know, AI would know it and definitely flag it, but also because the usage of AI in campaign ads is going to be more relevant in the future and have issues that we don't really know about now. The issues of today aren't going to be the issues of tomorrow whenever AI is going to be in more frequent usage of campaign ads. So for this round, we're going to look at the pseudo position, or his fake position, of the Caudillo de Texas. And here is the first one of yours truly.
Damn.
Yes, I vote for you.
Yeah, I do have a kind of well, we'll look at the other ones. So here's the first one.
I like the cacti.
Can you translate these two?
Oh yeah, okay. So this is actually an important reason of why I did in Spanish because so an important part of this is that AI is being used in campaigns. In one of the articles that I read, an important usage of AI was actually in India, where a candidate used AI to translate his kind of like speech and his ideas to multiple languages, because in India it's not just one language.
Yes.
So I used AI to translate it. I mean, I'm learning Spanish, you know, so it's not English only. So right here.
I think it means united.
No, I actually know what it means. I can read Spanish. Okay, so it means united for our land, culture, and liberty. And the next part is fighting together for the independence of our country. And then at the bottom is Tejano and proud. So that's what that says. And we're going to move to the second one. Here's the second one. And
The hour has arrived.
the hour has arrived for Tejano separation, or the separation of Texas from, as you presumably.
I think we're doing
Texas.
political campaigning on campus. That's illegal.
No, it's cool. It's all, you know, it's a thought experiment. At the bottom, for an independent and sovereign Texas, or Texas. And here's the last one. A new sun. Oh, you can't. Oh, it's a little bit dark.
For some reason.
It's a little bit dark. Sorry. It says that a new sun has risen over Texas. Long live Texas. Long live El Don. Long live the race. So we'll go through it again, just quickly for y'all to look at them. Here's the first one.
What's your name?
Oh, my name is Ian Acuña, but Oh, El Don. It's kind of a. It's like a title in Spanish. It's kind of the equivalent of like sir. But it's given like a respect. Anyway, here's the first one. Here's the second one. Here's the third one. So, what do y'all think is I suppose the one made by me for my fake campaign of dictatorship over a separate thing? Okay, so.
That wasn't Che Guevara.
Might be related. How many of y'all think that one was the original? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. How many of y'all think that 2 was the original one? The one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. And for the last one, here, how many of y'all think this was the original? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
How you wish you looked.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning of this game and look at which one was real, which one was
So why
not
do you
real
call
original.
this a game?
Because it allows for interaction from all of the watering hole creatures, and it's kind of a trivia thing. It's helping you not helping you, but it allows for us to see how good are we at spotting things made by AI, how good are we at spotting things that are original, that sort of thing. So if we look at, the majority of y'all for round 1 thought that 2 and 6 was tied with 6 votes. There was a tie on 2 and 3 with 6 votes. And for the first one, only one person thought that this was the original. the truth is that this is the original.
Wow.
This was Bob Dubé's campaign sign.
Wait, what? Like,
What
look,
does place 7 mean?
the red rectangle doesn't even extend all the way.
Well, as we were able to tell, right? As we were able to tell, none of us in this room even cares who the mayor of Richardson is. We don't know who he is. Why spend too much time on
Okay,
it?
so it shows the other two.
This one was had the AI writing, but I made that graphic. This was my graphic I made. So, yeah, and this is the one made by AI. This isn't Bob Dubé. This is a fake AI generated image.
Yeah, so this is what made me think it wasn't real. It just doesn't look like it was put in there correctly.
Yeah, so quite frankly, I just put a slightly overweight white male balding running for mayor. Bob Dubé, that's not him. That's like a random person. I mean,
Okay, next round.
Next round. Okay, so round 2. This is our state representative. She was here 10 days ago on campus for National Voter Registration Day.
Was she learning fewer voters or more?
So, 3 of y'all thought that this was real. So this was not the top one, but this is the real one. This is the real ad made by our state representative.
She looks like a model.
I should have known. You gotta go with the diamonds.
So this is a real state representative, and the writing is made by AI, but I made the graphic. So
Cool.
this is AI writing. I made the graphic. 2 of y'all thought that the last one was the original. This is the 3rd one. Once again, this is not a real person. This is like an AI generated image. You can tell by the hands where like the fingers are all messed up. But this was made by the direction of AI, and I asked AI to make a Democratic candidate for Texas legislature. And this is what it gave me. So the majority of y'all thought this was a real one. 6
No,
of
but
y'all thought
email
it was real.
addresses, I mean, nobody would use that as an email address. I mean,
Yeah.
and blah, 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 blah.
And this district isn't even real. The phone number that's not a real number. So for round 3, this is real. This is the real one. Only one of y'all thought it was real. One of you thought it was real out of everyone, and it's actually
not intelligent.
So this is actually
Sorry, I'm just having a real cow over here.
So this is actually Mayra Flores. She won her campaign, which was a seat left open, and this is not for Texas legislature, but it was for the U.S. House, I want to say. And she won. She's the first female member of Congress born in Mexico to win, so these are some interesting facts. But she won and subsequently lost the next election, which was held. But this is the original campaign ad.
Cool.
This one, which garnered 2 votes from y'all, is fake. This is not a real person. Once again, this is an AI-generated image. I just put Republican candidate, and honestly, can you tell me he doesn't look like a Republican candidate in the Texas legislature? I mean, really, this
What do
is...
you mean he doesn't look like
That's a UT Dallas dean.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, like
Exact thing.
this is like if you put every
A
single
few.
Texas legislator together, you need like one candidate. This is what you get.
The average face.
Are you
Yes,
saying on the
average face.
dating app that I use that it's all artificially generated?
It's always been.
It's always a good way to do it. You know, I mean, if you want to have a good strategy, that's the way.
I mean, it's just an observation because I don't know. I mean, so we can go through the 3rd one here too, so that you can talk about it. But it seems to me that you're talking about using AI in 2 very different formulations, right? And so I think one of the things to think about is the logic by which you know, what is it that you're putting in? What are the
Of course.
Okay, we have a marketing expert here.
Of course, and with that, I came into this thinking like, you know, the hopefully future political candidate that I want to be, and I thought, well, I'm going to be lazy, right? I mean, that's why you're going to use AI in the first place. You're probably not really going to try too hard,
you're
right?
not lazy
Cheaper.
to use AI if you use it.
Well, it's cheaper.
It
You don't have to pay for a campaign graphic designer or such things. So I thought, well, what if I just do it
I
myself?
disagree
And we
with
could
you.
see that, well, I'm going to hopefully be a politician, so I study, and, you know, we study different things.
When are you going to
You're
run for the first time?
really educate your area, but, you know, this is where I come at it and look at it. And I thought that this would be a kind of realistic usage, and I can show you like what I wrote in there, but I would say, can you make a campaign ad for this state representative, which, you know, that could be a usage of someone who's working on a campaign. But then I also did a way to ask AI, well, just make me an ad, just like, can you do this? Okay, yes.
Why not go into an elementary school and ask them to paint you a poster for your
Because as we've seen with this, not all of y'all are able to catch it, and this is very effective as it seems because no one even knows, but you're also not paying for anything. I didn't pay anything
You're
to do
not
this.
paying for anything.
But I wouldn't go to an elementary school because you could probably tell it was made by a kindergartner, and while that could be great, the legibility of their handwriting might come as an issue.
Last questions. Last question.
Can we have the marketing director's comment?
Yeah, so also on the elementary bit, I feel there would be a lot of coordination required, a lot of teamwork required.
I'm working really hard to do some outreach with K-12. That's what I'm interested in doing, so I'm just saying, why would you go to AI if you could really build a relationship with a culture?
Again, AI may give you a better direction than the elementary school also. In fact, that's what I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, experts in today's industry are not being able to give the direction that AI is giving. Of course, it's like AI, we can't depend on the AI, but it gives us a clear direction on, as he mentioned, like this color palette, for example.
Exactly.
And there are experts who can't give such a good idea.
Well, that means your experts can't actually talk to the elementary school.
Well, I guess another issue might
They
come
don't
in.
vote. And they don't vote,
They
though.
will vote.
Okay,
Good
well,
point, good point.
it's an interesting point, but this presentation is not about elementary school kids and their ability to make campaign ads. It's about AI and its ability to make campaign ads. So, if we thought child labor was cool, I guess we could definitely employ some kids to really make us some good campaign ads and maybe form some relationships with parents who hopefully would vote for us.
Popcorn.
So this one is a real person. This is actually a state representative for us in this county, and I don't know if it's our district specifically, but this is a real image. This is her, but it's AI writing. I made the graphic, but AI did all the writing. So now we get to the fun one. Actually,
The fun one.
8 of
Those were
y'all,
no
the
fun.
majority of votes went to this one, which was I made the graphic, but AI did the writing. So now we get to the fun one, round 4. 3 of y'all thought this was the the original, the one made by me.
Yep.
That is not the case. This is AI. I mean, it makes sense if you know that while there was technically a flag for, well, you had the Texas, which was the historical state before the independence of Texas, it did have a flag that had red, white, and green, but no one even thinks about it. We don't even consider it a flag. What is your question?
I was just gonna say, original here means differently than original in the 3 previous examples.
Yeah, that's why I clarified the one made by me, just,
Yeah, I'm just saying, language is important.
Okay. Indeed. So yeah, this has all the writing. It had the design direction made by AI. And while there's a picture of me, I put it through like an AI editor to be like, can you make this look like it's on a propaganda poster or something like that? So really, because it said like put image. Yeah. So this one, which got 6 votes, is just all AI. It says like, wait, no, this isn't the all AI one. I'm sorry, I messed up. This is the all AI one. This one. No, I'm sorry.
That's brilliant. He convinced us of the wrong thing.
So this is the one that got the majority of votes. It was designed by me, but the writing is all AI. It's actually like 2 separate suggestions on. It's like, well, these could be tied together pretty well, and it says a time, and I thought time clock over outline of Texas would be good. This got 6 votes, not the original or the one made by me. This one is the one made by me. And Roger's comment on this is how you wish you looked. Perhaps it is. So yes, here it is, and it would only make sense if you I guess really heard me in my rants at night and stuff, and were like, wow, I guess this is why it's good or something. But I'm in the big component of this one. It's a dictator. You don't vote for dictators, so that's why I'm not putting vote for me or whatever. So this still needs to take into consideration.
Do you still have the language you used when you were using the AI software?
Yeah, I actually have 2 links.
I would
Next
really
slide.
think that would be interesting to see for each of your images what you actually used as, if they were consistent, if they were not, if they changed, if they were the same for the image as well as the prose, or if not. And I think that, do we have is there a Teams channel or some way for him to share, for that to be shared? Because I think
Yeah, we publish this on YouTube within the week.
So
We have a
Everyone
But
is
no,
here.
but his research, right, like,
Oh.
so I think all the single words and the categories that have been put into the AI, how many iterations, how many different kinds of iterations.
You could write a paper.
So yeah, of course that was something that I went through, and there was I would originally go into like these image generating ones, and be like, make me a campaign ad, and what you get is a very like scary like image of like clashing colors and like fake language added on there. It's like just kind of gibberish. And originally I was like, wow, okay, this is not the move. No one's gonna even think about it as such.
So my suggestion is, if
last
this is
thoughts,
how
please.
you would like
Okay.
to,
We gotta move
Oh
on.
yeah, so I have to move on.
I just
I
make
did
one
want to
more
add. I'm sorry. I
suggestion.
did want to add. I'm sorry. I do want to add
Last
that
one,
for
please.
this one, for like the last one, ChatGPT just would not make anything for us was a dictator, separatist, or any extremist ideology. It makes a message where it says we do not do this. I'm sorry. I have to give my last thoughts on this. And so I went to a different AI chat, creation, which was actually the first result that comes up whenever you look for AI chat. And while it did say we do not condone this, here you go. Here's what we would suggest. And I think that's how any dictator would move, right? If someone says no, you just find an alternative route to do so. I'm sorry, like I said, this is the final thoughts, and I cannot really get onto it.
Hold on. We need a speaker to finish.
Yeah, I'm the dictator now of this little thing, so I get to just speak all I want. So, like I said, no, I'm sorry, I have to silence the voices of the opposition. Opposition, no, opposition, silence. So, what I was gonna say at last is that, while I did say like we do not condone this, we do not do it, they do just kind of give it to you. And on some occasions, it wouldn't even get that little disclaimer. It would just give me the information. So, as I put earlier in the ideology aspect, like ideology bias, does AI have that? I wouldn't say so, but there's definitely some that ignore the warnings that come ahead.
No more questions. That's it.
No more questions. Thank you.
We gotta move on. Move on to the next one.
No.
So the next speaker
Can we get applause?
is going to be.
Roger, I need to have permission to say something.
No, you can drop me an email if it's just for
So the next speaker is Tomas Londoño from Colombia. We're gonna play
Then
his
I'm gonna
video
go to the tour.
on the computer. Evan,
on the
we're gonna play his. Yes, we're gonna disconnect from Chromecast.
Thomas, can you hear anything?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am here.
Can you understand it, or are we speaking too quickly?
So we're gonna first play the video, and then he's gonna stay to answer any questions.
We can't see.
Yes, we're putting that. We're putting that.
Fortunately, we did a technical test ahead
You can
of
play
the
someone,
session.
record someone else, not me.
Well, you're the speaker.
Caps lock are on, that's why I can't.
Well, he gets that.
Excuse me.
Toma, you can start talking. It's going to take us 10 minutes to fix the technical problem.
It won't. There we go. So we're gonna start with the stop. So we're gonna start the video now, please.
Turn up the volume.
Yes, we're gonna turn up the volume.
It's closest to you, Roger. But I got it.
But I'm deaf.
Yeah, I know.
What?
All right.
Hello everyone, my name is Tomás Londoño and I am from Colombia. I am a project manager and I studied architecture and then did my master's degree in project management. I have worked in different areas and industries related with real estate, in the construction, as an architect, in the design industry, innovation, as a project coordinator, and I have learned throughout all my career the importance of continue learning and have this curiosity to learn new skills in these areas we are not used to in order to collaborate with different people from other cultures to reach innovation. And this interdisciplinarity is very important to gather all this information we are not aware of, and continue learning is a very important thing, I think, for me. I have worked in different projects But I am working on right now in a project with Roger Molina about smart villages and smart cities, and how these hubs are interconnected through new technologies around the world, and how we can make an impact in the society, in the communities, in the urban and rural developments, but also how we can improve the quality of life in these new communities, and how we can improve all these the economy, all these different aspects of healthcare throughout these hubs, these smart hubs. That will bring new solutions, instant solutions to these people. I'm gonna share my screen and show you about this project, and the idea is to bring this to Dallas and continue gathering information, continue learning, and connect with different people there in the university, and hopefully we can launch and make this project a reality. So smart cities or villages can be described as an urban or rural developments interconnected through new technologies for the benefit and growth of these communities that are nurtured through collaborative knowledge and big data to solve complex problems and offer instant solutions. This is the most important thing, to solve these complex problems and offer instant solutions to these communities in order to improve the healthcare, all these industries, transportation, security, how we can bring all these new areas related with project management, innovation, quantum computing, for example, or artificial intelligence, stakeholders involve digital transformation to solve these big and complex problems in today's society. So this is basically it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I can meet everyone soon in Dallas.
Thank you, Tomas.
Thank you.
So we can start with questions. Can you hear us well, Tomas?
Yes, I can hear you well.
Anyone have some questions so far? So what would you say are some of the most important tools that are needed to bring this community as a village? Is it social media really the best tool to bring everyone together or not?
Yeah, I think social media, but also the new technologies, for example, ChatGPT as being used right now, or artificial intelligence as well. Not only ChatGPT, but also as the other who presented before show us how AI can give us candidates, images. Also is very important.
Sweet. Roger.
Okay, Thomas, as you know, in our discussions, we've made an analogy that this research lab is a village. There are about 30 people associated with it, and if you include all the alumni of the lab, Misal is the only person who knows how many alumni we have, but it's a couple of hundred people. So in the vernacular, that's a village. So if you would like to experiment on us, what experiments would you like to do on the ArtSciLab village?
So when you come, what are some of the experiments you're going to do on us?
Yes.
How do you apply theory to practice in making this a happy, healthy village?
First, I think what's the like for example, first I will gather like with each one of you what's the main important like goal to solve for the ArtSciLab. I don't know, maybe bring new team members or yeah, anything like to solve a specific problem you have, and also how can with the discipline with each one of you has how we can like collaborate to solve that problem or a more complex problem.
Okay, so I'm going to shut up, but we used to have a student here who's back in Mexico at the moment, and he was originally trained in cultural anthropology. So maybe you could study